We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity.
We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. As if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy.
Silence! The great and powerful Oz knows why you have come.
You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature.
Don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts.
Jason Bermas.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thursday. How the week flies by, right? Into the next, into the next, into the next. The news cycle never stops. And you know what we try to do here? We try to go over the stories that matter, bring a different perspective, challenge the narrative, and sometimes upset the audience. A lot of audience out there upset about my coverage on the Ramaswamy lately. This episode shouldn't be too Ramaswamy heavy unless you guys make it. I intend, if you're in the YouTube chat, to go to you guys and take your questions and comments. Let's keep them clean. Let's keep them YouTube friendly, or we just don't read them. You know the deal. Before the second hour today, we're going to talk Tuckins. We're going to talk the Barackstar, Barry Sotero, Larry Sinclair, and what was a non-story 15 years ago that Tucker Carlson is rightly shining some spotlight on. And it just shows how deceptive our entire political system is when they want to protect somebody, when it's so obvious they want to protect somebody. And I know there are those out there that say they're playing the game on both sides. And in some respects, that's true. But there is some real world aspects to this. Just like they're real people and they're not lizard people. It just feels like as time marches on, the arguments themselves have evolved. But the people basically that just won't get beyond that everything, absolutely everything is rigged. And look, I understand that perspective, man. I'm not non-sympathetic to it. I'll be honest, I could not believe in 2016 when I woke up and Donald Trump was the president. Not because I had so much hope for Donald Trump, right? But because it seemed pretty damn clear that Hillary Clinton was the establishment choice. And that things had changed somewhat. And what do I mean things had changed somewhat? I remember when I got involved in this, literally in 2005-ish. And I mean, that's when I got involved. I was very well aware of what was out there in alternative media or alternative history. What was out there in the realm of what I like to call parapolitics. You know, I still remember the days of GNN, Guerrilla News Network. Very, very left-leaning kind of internet publication, but did a lot of good stuff, man. And I remember even then, there were certain things that didn't quite sit right with me, even in the alternative media, and I disagreed with. And that's okay, right? But during that period, as more and more people looked into things, there was a certain sect that 9/11 just absolutely woke up. But at the same time, when you were talking about the numbers that understood the big picture, and especially where we are today, of what, because even to this day, when people don't really understand about 9/11, when they ask me about it, they'll say, "Well, we do it for the oil." I mean, I go, "That's part of it." "Oh, the heroin then, the opium trade." I go, "That's part of it." These people, when the term 4D chess became popular, the people that are actually playing that 4D chess are the ones that prepare with white papers and roundtable groups and think tanks what they want to do in the future. They put it to paper. They put their people in positions where if the right event or occurrence happens, that they can push forward. All of a sudden, that does happen. And then, boom, it's a multi-tiered deal. It's full spectrum dominance. So, yeah, man, they wanted the oil, for sure. They wanted the pipelines, for sure. They wanted control of the opium trade, for sure. Want a little piece of that pie. They also wanted to test what? They wanted to test their new technologies in the arena of drones and robotics and biometrics, and have a budget, by the way, to advance those. Yeah, I mean, look at where we're at now, 20 plus years after the war of terror, where you look at the old school big dogs, and I know we're supposed to lead with the Barackstar and Barry Sotero and the crack smoking and the Tuckins talking about it, and we will. It's a 2-hour broadcast. We can do big things here, and we can do things live. Ooh, that's going to be a soundbite that we're going to have. So I've been messing with this Stream Deck, guys, and actually, let's test something out right now. I haven't played with it yet, but I got a voice mod system on this bad boy, and supposedly, and I've listened to some of it. I don't know how well it comes across. But I've got a voice mod for the Musker Nuts and the Zuck. The Musker Nuts and the Zuck. Now, I've got those voice mods. I've got the more traditional voice mods, such as
this one right here, which, kind of gives me a little demon a little flavor. I'm not sure if that's too much. I'm not even sure if it's really coming across because I can't hear it. And hopefully it's not distorted. Hopefully it's coming through on the Red Voice media stream as well, and you guys can let me know in the comments whether or not it is. But the only thing I haven't figured out is when I do turn it on and off,
it makes like that noise, and I love it. I don't love it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to youtube.com and let's type in big dog Iraq. So these are dogs. I want the DARPA big dogs. That's so ridiculous. I mean, obviously that's not what I'm talking about. Big dog Iraq, Boston Dynamics. Okay, there we go. I mean, what I put a space between big dog, and that's why it didn't come up. There's March 2008. This is from 14 years ago. Obviously, this one looks a little bit more like the ones that are roaming the streets commercially now. They've come down in price. They got the Wildcat. This is the new Super Robo Dog that apparently has, the gun mounted on it. But again, this is an old school program. Boston Dynamics, DARPA. All of a sudden, it's well-funded, okay? So once it's well-funded, then you can mass produce. And I'll never forget. Yeah, did you get the? Let's see. You can make it awesome. It did. I got the demon sound in there. Hail Satan. No Hail Satan era disarray. Good. So that worked. So wait. So we'll go for it again here. Take that one off. Put it on.
You tell me if I'm the kind of guy that sounds like he wants to put a brain chip inside you. While you play with my Optimus bot riding a Tesla to your smart home that is the size of half a trailer. Am I that type of guy? Did it give me the mustard do that we needed?
And off it goes. And off it goes. So again, you let me know in the comments whether that sounded like Elon Musk, whether it sounded good or not. They've got these new AI deals. We're going to have fun with this. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to try to have fun with this deck. You can do multiple decks. I guess if I had played with this a little bit before, I wouldn't have been able to keep away from it because it's definitely fun. You know, I got to admit, I like playing with it. I also like the hotkey aspects. Got to get streaming. All right, so we got time in this first segment to talk about this. Tucker Carlson claims Barack Obama enjoyed smoking crack and having gay sex, but that nobody reported it ahead of the 2008 election. That's not exactly true. First of all, props to Wayne Madsen. Wayne Madsen is the original journalist that got in touch with Larry Sinclair. I believe they even held a press conference in D.C. at the press club. Okay? I'm almost 100% sure that happened. And Sinclair swore under oath. I mean, he did the affidavit. I think he did the lie detector thing. Okay? And InfoWars also reported on it. Alex Jones, 100%, told you about I was there. I was in the arena. We all knew. I mean, we knew the guy was a fake from the beginning. And you know what? The media obviously focused on the birth certificate, Joe Arpaio. And, you know, because Joe Arpaio was somebody who at one time the media was kind of like, yeah, he's tough on crime. But they were making that motion, that movement that, no, we're going to open the borders and anybody that's really tough on crime and wants a strong border, they're bigots. And that's really what they did with Arpaio and the birth certificate. And they focused on the idea that the Barackstar wasn't a natural-born citizen, and he was probably born in Kenya, yada, 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 not Hawaii. I could care less. I mean, obviously that would delegitimize him. Obviously there are problems with the birth certificate. But my focus was, wait a minute. This guy grew up throughout high school and wasn't called Barack Obama? No. Barry Sotero. Now I'm going to say it again. In what world, unless you're literally going out as an actor and changing your name, right? Charlie Sheen, really Estevez, his last name. Okay. Yeah, you understand? He's Emilio's brother. I mean, that's common. If you're in a band and you are the Barackstar, I get it. Oh, man, he's the Barackstar. He's got crazy beats, yo. Like, seriously, I get it. You change your name. If you're going into the political arena and you change your name, how fake are you? And especially doing so to what? Prop up some type of persona that's not there. You know, Barry, we love you. We're going to work on you a little bit. You've been well groomed with the people around you like Frank Marshall Davis and your parents from the Kissinger Institute. But it's just not going to work if it's Barry Sotero. We're going Barack Obama. And, you know, we're going to bring in an actor, help you articulate things a little bit better. You already got your law degree. And you're already extremely compromised because you seem to like to smoke the crack, allegedly, and ride around with homosexual men. Now, we're going to run you more traditional, maybe pop that out here and there. We're going to, you know, you're going to be a astute. I think the other thing is they ran him kind of as a Christian and obviously had Muslim backgrounds. Again, the God you worship, as long as it's not the Lord of Darkness, if you will, or yourself kind of in that weird satanic way where you're your own God and you're just a total sociopath. I really don't care, you know. I don't care what you worship. Again, not my concern. It just shows you these guys are propped up. They're made up. They're just like an actor or an actress or a musical artist. There's an image, a persona. And the Barackstar is a persona. He's really Barry Sotero, crack smoking bathhouse dude. That's the reality. I mean, isn't that right?
Absolutely. He is, again, Barry Sotero, bathhouse bathing, crack smoking dude.
So there you go. There you go. It's right there. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Let's thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Remember, the second hour is over at rvmrumble.com.
We interrupt today's programming to bring unfortunate news. Biden's dangerous plan for a digital dollar is underway. Don't be fooled. It won't benefit you. So take action now. The Federal Reserve's phased deployment of FedNow began on July 1st, 2023. Be prepared. This may catch many off guard and put your hard-earned assets in jeopardy. But here's the good news. There's a simple legal tax loophole to opt out of the digital dollar. Speak to someone at American Alternative Assets for a free wealth protection guide and discover how to safeguard your wealth with gold and silver IRAs against a failing dollar and volatile markets. Dial 833, the number 2 USA Gold. Yes, call now, 833-287-2465. This invaluable guide provides precise steps to transfer your IRA or 401k into precious metals without any tax consequences. Don't let Biden force you into using the government's new digital dollar. Call 833, the number 2 USA Gold. Yes, call now, 833-287-2465. Act swiftly, 833-287-2465.
Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. By the way, not even close to 100 thumbs, 200 people watching. Let's get them up. All right, let's go to the Tuckins, and let's play him talking bathhouse Barry Sotero. And, you know, basically how if you dared to report on this in the mainstream media, which nobody did, you would have been cut off by the upcoming administration that they had just propped up. The fake persona guy. Okay? So here he goes. This is the Tuckins.
You know, everybody I knew, the world I lived in Northwest D.C., like everyone works either directly for the government or is a parasite on government effectively, including people I love and know really well. And the media is too, by the way. I mean, the media is reporting on government, but it's also dependent on government. You know, in 2008, it became really clear that Barack Obama had been having sex with men and smoking crack. And a guy came forward, Larry Sinclair, and said, I'll sign an affidavit. And he did. I'll take a lie detector. And he did. I smoked crack with Barack Obama and had sex with him. Well, that was obviously true. Nobody reported it, not because they were squeamish about sex or drugs, but because the Obama campaign said anyone who reports on this gets no access to the Obama campaign. And so they didn't report on it. So that happens. That's just one small example, but that happens all the time with lots of different issues.
First of all, not a small example. A huge example. Not small at all. Not small at all. Because, again, this country, in many ways, is so detached from politics and so based in a surface level that a thinking human being, no matter what you think about somebody's sexuality, et cetera, that's not what this is about. It shows you they're totally and completely compromised, and it shows you they're totally and completely fake as a person. Just totally and completely, nothing about you is real. And you're compromised on top of it. So you're obviously propped up. It takes about 15 seconds to have that revelation if you're given the proper information. So really it goes beyond who cares about access to these assholes? And I get it, that's part of it. But can you imagine? You call yourself a reporter, you call yourself a journalist, and you know something like that. And you know how that would have an effect on just about every single other aspect of that person's campaign for numerous reasons that I just mentioned. Okay? Numerous reasons. Because we still haven't, no matter what they tell you, we still haven't normalized the LGBTQIA LMNOPO movement, the non-binary, pansexual fluidity movement. That's not what the vast majority of voters are down with. because they can still see through that. They look at a thing called biology and they're like, yeah, biology actually exists. Okay? So then you look at a guy like this, especially in 2008 when he was running. And there was a lot of hopium going around then on this guy. You want to talk about the Trump 4D chess hopium guys? I'll never forget. I believe I was in Colorado. Okay, having a pretty good time in Colorado. A few different events. We're showing Loose Change Final Cut. And we're talking with people after at an after party. And so many people were stoked on the Barackstar. So many people. I don't know. He says he's going to get us out of Iraq. I don't know. He says he's going to close Guantanamo Bay. Maybe he'll look into 9/11. Now, I knew he wasn't going to look into 9/11. I think by that time, the good people over at Student Scholars for 9/11 Truth, which consisted of my buddies, the Jackman brothers, who have been featured here, Eric and Mike, and as well as Justin Martell, had gotten Barack on camera, and he gave a very political, please never ask me this question again, answer to 9/11 Truth. And that's what really happened, okay? So right away, I knew this guy's a phony. I saw the hype and the money behind him. I saw no attacks whatsoever except from Fox News. Which, I mean, at the time, I think about who they put up against the Barackstar the first time around. John McCain. And again, the media had their role with McCain. Going off on a reality rant here, because we're going to go back to the Tuckins and the Barackstar and the crack smoking. But again, it's reality rants. John McCain was slowly propped up in a media that was quickly turning into total infotainment. And it started that move when Jon Stewart and The Daily Show became popular, right? Because Jon Stewart was questioning the Iraq War and the Republicans, and at the time, I feel like he genuinely had those questions, and maybe he still does, and those feelings. He did very good things for the Feel Good Foundation. I think in a lot of respects, he's become unhinged and really unwilling to look at certain aspects, especially 9/11. That was a huge problem. And to not look at that issue, which was the issue of the day, showed me where you stood. And to prop up guys like McCain, who had been propped up throughout the Bush administration. Oh, they let them crack jokes at his expense, but he was really likable, and he was just giving that other opinion. And then the news moved so much in that Daily Show type direction. Period. So the Barackstar is up against a guy that got propped up by a comedy channel. That was the serious guy. But was so he was Bush 2.0. He was George Bush, but he could speak better. Now, Bush Jr. was never Mr. Articulate. At all. In fact, I should get the drop here where he's like, there's an old saying out in Texas. I think you have it here and wherever he was. I can't even remember it. But we got it in Texas. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. I can't be fooled again. He was a big joke, right? And then they tried to bring in the serious guy as a joke. But they were never bringing that guy in. And McCain knew he was never going to be president. He knew it was Barackstar time. And what? You don't think McCain's people or anybody on the inside of the GOP knew that the Barackstar was out there smoking crack and banging dudes? I mean, what planet are we on? And to not use that information in a political race shows you how rigged it is. That was totally rigged. Same thing with Mitt Romney. Just look how Mitt Romney continues to speak, vote, and act. They love Mitt Romney. The Predator class loves Mitt Romney. Military industrial clubs complex loves Mitt Romney. They can't get enough Romney. All the Romney you can handle. You know who else loves Mormon Mitt?
This guy. I love Mormon Mitt. Apparently Mormon Mitt loves hot dogs. I love hot dogs. Mormon Mitt likes to Trump bash. I love to Trump bash. In fact, Mormon Mitt and I can't wait for Trump to go to prison.
So, we're going to be talking Trump in prison because that is a big deal. It's such a huge change. It's actually another clip that I have from this Tuckins Adam Carolla interview. And by the way, Adam Carolla, really not my buddy guy. On the 5th anniversary of 9/11, I was on Adam Carolla's radio show, and he told me to go back to making pizza. If somebody can ever find that, it's the 5th anniversary of 9/11, Adam Carolla's radio show. And Adam, quite frankly, you acted like a pompous jackass. And look where we are now. Look where we are now, brother. You know, think about it. We're almost 20 years from that now. Me and you talking. We're well over 20 years on 9/11. Who was really right? Who was really right? Was it you guys mocking 9/11 truthers? You guys let the mainstream media and the Predator class take the term truth and flip it on its head. People that were questioning the Israeli involvement, people that were questioning the Pakistani money, people that were questioning the Saudis and the embassy, people that were questioning the hijackers and military bases and FBI assets and CIA assets and war games and cover-ups. Questioning Building 7. You mocked them, Adam. I mean, who's ready to have me on the 9/11 anniversary? Let's go. Who's ready to start talking some turkey? That's what I want to know. Who's ready to step up to the plate? All right, let's go back to some Tuckins. Here we go.
Now,
And
do you believe that transpired, or do you believe the guy is legitimate, or both?
Oh, the Larry Sinclair story? Oh, that definitely happened. Oh, for sure. I mean, I've talked to Larry Sinclair about it, and definitely it happened. I mean, Larry Sinclair's been in and out of prison during one period. I mean, 40 years ago, he was in and out of prison. He's got a criminal record by definition. He's, poor. He's got a disordered life. He's missing a tooth. Like, he's not, an Atlantic fellow. He's not going to the Aspen Ideas Festival. I think he has a record of deception. Obviously, he does. But this story, if you listen to it in detail, is clearly true. I mean, I'm going to do an interview with him and you can hear it. And again, it's not going to change the world that Barack Obama likes dudes. I think this was well known. Barack Obama said so himself in a letter to his girlfriend. And by the way, that's kind of Barack Obama's business. I'm not attacking him for liking dudes. I'm just saying the amount of lying in the media about it was unbelievable. People knew this was true. And it was quite obviously true at the time. And people who covered the campaign didn't say anything about it because they didn't want to lose access to the campaign. And that happens all the time up and down government. So it's almost like if you have a housekeeper, you think, she works for me. But if you have a housekeeper long enough, you realize, well, you actually work for her. And you get caught up in her dramas. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. There's a weird dynamic where you switch places.
Again, laying it out there for people. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Again, the Barackstar on full display. We're going to play another clip of them talking about Trump, the cases, where all this goes. And I think it ends in prison. Honestly, I think that's unfortunately where the story's going to end. I know there's a lot of people that don't feel that way. I'd love to be wrong on this one. I'd love to see him beat these cases. I really would, because it's setting a terrible precedent. But the Tuckins takes it even further into asking if they're actually going to just get rid of him with Carolla. We're going to do that. Get your questions and comments in right now. In next segment, We're going to go to your questions and comments if you're in the YouTube feed. Thumbs it up, subscribe, share. The second hour is over at rvmrumble.com. That's rvmrumble.com. You want to support the broadcast, it's redvoicemedia.com/uncensored. You get at least two premium interviews before everybody else. And if you saw, you really got 6 interviews this past weekend. They're not full length. They're in 2 different videos, but they're top tier. Chris Sky, Richard Bartlett, and others. We'll be back after this.
When I invented MyPillow, my passion was to help each and every one of you. And 20 years later, all of your support is what keeps us going. Because of you, we've been able to create thousands of USA jobs and help millions get the best sleep ever. To thank you, my employees and I are bringing you a limited edition MyPillow. The Giza Elegance MyPillow is made with my patented adjustable fill, the most amazing cotton, and a 2-inch pipe gusset. It has 4 custom loft levels, machine washable and dryable, and you get my 60-day money-back guarantee and 10-year warranty.
Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get your limited edition 20th anniversary MyPillow queen size. Retails for $69.98, now only $19.98. That's right, get a queen size MyPillow for only $19.98.
From all of us here at MyPillow,
All right, as promised, we're going to go to your questions and comments over here. So here we go. With Jack Kemp from years ago, Vivek asking a question and another person asking a question, Pete, I'm not going to read it like that, but Pete Bootlicker, a.k.a. the Buddha Judge, and he is asking if I've seen this video, and I have actually. And again, there's 2 establishment guys. I'm not saying Vivek, isn't somebody who was pretty established, especially back then. I mean, this is a young guy, probably had a decent amount of money. We both know that Pete, Rhodes Scholar, another propped up persona, like went to Iraq and like the whole 9. Pete Buttigieg, Bootlicker is another Barackstar, okay? Except for what? He's openly homosexual. That's really about the only difference. He gets up there and talks about infrastructure and racism, talk about a world beyond the absurd and everything is racist. That's the Pete Bootlicker guy. Why was Vivek at a Democratic event? Why did he get to ask the scripted question? Probably because he probably had either a lot of money or he was doing very well in school at the time. I'm not sure what year it's from and where he was in life, but if he had money and was part of the donor class, yet another reason that they let him ask a question. Again, this is not the Ramaswamy train. We're not riding any trains here, guys. But again, good question. We don't do those types. Let's see the good morning. It didn't work for him as a Democrat, so he's switching teams, following in @real Donald Trump's footsteps, trying to beat him to the narrative and play team globalist. He's a puppet, but a younger one. Now, Trump, again, he was a Democrat. And honestly, if you look at his policies as a Republican, kind of still a 90s Democrat. Just want to throw that out there. I mean, again, just being real with everybody. His policies are very, if you listen to Bill Clinton in some of his State of the Unions from back in the day, they sound a lot like Trump. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Go watch like a 1990, 2 to 94 speech from Billy the Kid, and sounds a lot like Trump because a lot of it was common sense policies. Yeah, again, people, I wouldn't say they as fervently love Bill Clinton as they did Donald Trump because we're looking at 2 different time periods, right? Like Donnie T had a base where those hats were everywhere, posters were everywhere, the T-shirts with eagles and machine guns. I mean, over the top stuff. That stuff wasn't going on under Clinton, but at the same time, people loved Bill and his saxophone. Very wrapped up in that. Very wrapped up in the persona. All right, let's keep going down here. More than likely, if he doesn't take the Republican nomination, they'll pay him on Team Dem. I don't know, but I don't think Vivek's going anywhere from the Republican Party unless he makes a third party run via like the Libertarians. And I don't think he's doing that either. But again, it's really early. We'll see. Republicans love calling out Dem racism, but throw pigment in the mix, and well, we shall see. The Barackstar. Yeah, Lucky Doc, you love that Barackstar, huh? I'm looking fantastic, Jay. Well, thank you, Art. I don't think I'm looking quite as fantastic. I still need to lose some weight. The grays are popping in. I guess no hair gel or anything like that. I'm lucky to have my hair at this age. Talking to some of my friends at this age, they're not so lucky. So what are you going to do? Let's keep going. Cat rescue in Maui has been given the go-ahead to feed and trap the kitties left after the fire. Take action for Maui. Obviously, I'm a pet guy. Dog's outside. I'm sure he's going to be whining shortly. He always likes to start whining before the conclusion of my 2-hour broadcast. Luckily, today I don't record anything after. We'll get it's gorgeous out right now, guys. And you know how sometimes my face changes because I got the window over here. I've actually got it open. It was nice and cool this morning. But God bless Iowa, man. Not a cloud in the sky that I can see. Total sunshine. Probably going to be about 85, 90 degrees when we go take that dog walk. Feels good. Feels good. Get some sun. Maybe that's what you're talking about. I got some sun this summer. I got back to walking. And I can't encourage my audience to do more of that. Okay? To get out there and do your thing. Other people, like, bad Jason.
They probably tell you just to stay home, not exercise, not get outside, do some FaceTiming at best, play a whole bunch of video games, Netflix it up, DoorDash, Uber Eats, that's it. And get ready for lockdown 2.0. That's what bad Jason would say. Definitely don't want you to get out, get that sunshine, vitamin D action, the human interaction. We don't want that. That's bad news, Brown. We're going to stick to masks on faces, 6 feet away, no human contact, kind of transhuman stuff bad Jason likes.
I think I'm just going to have too much fun with this little stream deck. Let me know what you guys think of it. I didn't get any feedback, or at least I haven't read any feedback yet of what the Musker Nuts audio change sounded like, whether it was any good. Obviously, there's a ton of them. We got it all. So we're definitely going to try to keep doing this and having fun with it. Let's see. Going back, Jack. Do it again. Wheels go round and round. Morning, Elijah. It's good to see you. No hate over disagreement. No, Johnny, you've been cool. Some people really take it in the chest. They get really upset at me. Jason going for the silver zaddy look. I don't know about that. I'm honestly, you want to know what look this is? This is the Ross TJ Maxx Marshall's discount look. I'm pretty sure this thing was like $7.99. It's a little itchy right here. A little itchy. But you're right. It matches the salt and pepper. It's certainly there. I wish it didn't, but it does. Oh, Susie Champion also says looking good. Well, thank you. Thank you for all the compliments. Let's see. Let's all drink the Swami Kool-Aid this hour, please. Listen, again, we've been very light on the Ramaswamy. Very light on the Ramaswamy today. I know there was a lot of Ramaswamy this week, but you know what? Again, we're in a presidential election cycle, and when anybody speaks the truth, I talk about it. And when I agree with the guy, I'm going to agree with the guy. I was watching him on Club Random with Mar, and Mar is like talking about Papadopoulos being drunk and admitting to reaching out to the Russians and this and that. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? Seriously. Like, Mar, if you're still buying into any aspect of the Russian collusion narrative, the bottom line is the emails, okay, were downloaded. They were not hacked. It's not Russia. It's not the GRU. I read that report. The Mueller report. The one thing I can agree with him on is that essentially the Mueller report and the Durham report basically said the same thing with different flavors. Just like I said, because they did. Well, this and that. I mean, no one got prosecuted on either side in reality. The people that they ensnared, okay, were on other charges that had nothing to do with Russiagate. And really, that's why when I look at the Georgia RICO case in particular, I mean, do you not think they want to put Giuliani and Sidney Powell and all these other people in jail? That doesn't mean I like Giuliani or Sidney Powell. It just means that I have eyeballs, and I really think they want to put them in prison. I think they want to get rid of attorney-client privilege, obviously in selective cases like this one, and then prosecute attorneys. I think that's dangerous. Just me. It's just me. Let's keep going down the line here. All the pets that got hurt has made me very sad. Yes. Let's see. Yep, RVM Premium, redvoicemedia.com/uncensored. Give it a try, guys. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. And remember, $10 a month or $100 for the year. You can try it for $1 for the week. And those interviews are top tier, a little noisy. Obviously not as well produced as the show here, but I think well worth your time. Let's see. They didn't cheat hard enough in 2016. They underestimated the Trumpster. 100% agree with that. In fact, that's something that I discuss with Joe Hoft of the Gateway Pundit. And they needed the mail-in ballots as the nail in the coffin. They needed the harvesting. They needed the emergency. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. In fact, that's another thing I disagree with Marr on, is that I think it's a myth that in both elections, more people voted for the other person than Trump. I think if you actually 100% audited the election and you only kept the real ballots in 2016 and 2020, Trump wins that too. Wildly popular. Wildly popular. The level of cruelty is unreal. I love all of my pets. Grand Snake too. Oh, Katie. Let's see. Let's go. America would already be fully destroyed and under full totalitarian control if Hillary stole it. So then, if you believe that, G-Shell, and I mean, that's very much a possibility, then you got to give Trump somewhat of his due as being a disruptor. Far from perfect, a very imperfect human being. Terrible people behind him. Terrible advisors. Awful administration on so many levels. Like again, I feel like they moved the people out that were really for the citizens of this country. I think Michael Flynn, again, they targeted Michael Flynn for a reason. Because they know that he had flipped somewhat as an establishment guy under the Barackstar to somebody who had been on the inside and was going to try to change things. Steve Bannon, love him or hate him. I had a great conversation. I don't think it airs until tonight on my other program with Joe Allen, who is the author of Dark Eon. I got to spend an hour with him. And I've done a previous half an hour. I've been emailing with him back and forth. He's sending me the book. It's on transhumanism. But Bannon knows talent, and he reached out to Allen, and now Allen works for Bannon. And look, this is a very intelligent guy, a guy who's been writing on the peripherals of the media for years and years and years, and has focused into this issue of transhumanism because of the COVID 1984 nightmare. So, Bannon was another guy that had to go out of the Trump administration. And this to me kind of shows you that not everything is under control, right? Not everything is so out of the mix that it's time to go full Anunnaki, flat Earth, dome, ice wall, outer realms. We don't have to go there, okay? You get into the Johnny nonsense, then you've already lost the fight. Because there is a fight for humanity. There is a fight for what's left of our constitutional republic. And most importantly, there's a fight of where humanity goes next. Okay? So when we come back from this break, we are going to play the Tuckins talking about Trump, January 6th. I'm going to try to get in more of your questions and comments after that. Then we do the second hour over at rvmrumble.com, and we'll be back after this word from our sponsor.
Attention Americans, breaking news. Biden's dangerous plan for a digital dollar is underway. Don't be fooled. It won't benefit you. Take action now. The Federal Reserve phased deployment of FedNow began on July 1st, 2023. Be prepared. This may catch many off guard. Your hard-earned assets are in jeopardy. But there's a simple legal tax loophole to opt out of the digital dollar. Reach out to American Alternative Assets for a free wealth protection guide and discover how to safeguard your wealth with gold and silver IRAs against a failing dollar and volatile markets. Visit protectfrombiden.com. This invaluable guide provides precise steps to transfer your IRA or 401k into precious metals without any tax consequences. Be smart. Don't let Biden force you into using the government's new digital dollar. Visit protectfrombiden.com to get your free guide and get started. Again, that's protectfrombiden.com.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Last segment of the first hour, we got a couple of tipskis and Hutch here. Scott Free says, just noticed that Ralph Steadman did illustrations for Virtually Human by Rothbarf. That's Martine Rothblatt. I suppose that does lend some more credence to Hunter S. Thompson being dirty. Steadman was a longtime friend and collaborator of Thompson. Did a lot of the illustrations there. Did not know about that Rothblatt connection until you did that. And Cries USA also sending a tipski and Hutch, says they're sending love from Texas. Well, thank you so much. So let's play this clip of the Tuckins talking about where he thinks it goes next for Trump and these guys.
What do you think the future holds? Is it...
I don't know.
I mean, are they going to let Trump be president?
Again, I don't see a path to that, unfortunately, with the way things are going. I see a path to them putting him in prison.
Now, of course, I mean, look, if, they protested him, they called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times. And every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously. And no one will say that, but I don't know how you can reach that conclusion.
And again, I don't know that. See, I disagree. I think they'd rather put him in prison. I'm of the belief that they want to send a message that it won't be quick. You bend the knee and you play ball, or we'll give you the Trumpsky and Hutch flavor. We'll give you that. How you like them apples? That's just my opinion.
Conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, they have decided, permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them, they just can't have him. I mean, they're putting him on trial in March of next year in the J6 case, which basically consists of trying to send him to prison for the rest of his life for complaining about the last election. That's literally what it is. Again, if this were happening in Moldova, the State Department would issue an all-hands-on-deck order to let the world know this is not a legitimate government. And yet our government is doing it. It's like it's hard to overstate how bad this is. And I don't know where it's going, but there's a collision that's clearly imminent. And by the way, the president is senile in a way that's impossible to deny. Biden's not running the government, so like, I don't know, man. I've never been this worried about anything.
It's hard to disagree with the guy. And I know a lot of people don't like me covering the Tuckins. There's another person. They talk about his dad and his work with Voice of America and the Central Intelligence Agency. And obviously, the Tuckins was mentored by folks like William Crystal, who he's now a critic of. But, really very much a part of that neocon world. Failed the 9/11 test back in the day, talking about it now. But everything he said there is correct, other than the fact that I think that they'd rather not go the assassination route. They want to use lawfare and put him in prison for the rest of his life, which is scary. It's very scary. I agree. Another Mitch glitch yesterday. Yep, it's over. Again, Mitch McConnell, he has no business. What is that? Oh, I've frozen. It looks like we got something going on with Skype right now. Not good. I'm frozen on Skype, so do I have to hit off? Uh-oh. So shoot me a text, David. I see myself frozen over there. Not sure what happened. Getting it all back up. Because it says I'm still connected with you guys. I'm not sure that I am. So, yeah. So if you're watching on RVMRumble.com, they're going to come back. I'm going to... Should I X out? I don't know if you can even hear me. Probably can't hear me. So I'm just going to let it run. And I'm going to wait for another text. And we're going to keep going with all you guys. And remember, second hour is over there. So let's see. Yes, they're calling. Bam. Let's go here. Up. Call again. Got to call again. He's got to call again. All right. So hopefully they're going to call me back. There it is. And hopefully we're back in there. Oh, I'm hearing a commercial. But now we're back. Okay. All right, guys. Not sure what happened there. But hey. At least that one wasn't on my end. Although my software did crash, by the way. But we got these nifty little Steam Decks. I went and bought the XL one. And so far, so good. So yeah, we were going to the Mitch McConnell story. And Feinstein, McConnell, they need to go. Yeah, just loving the software crashes lately. What's going on? Is it Windows 11? I know I'm using 11. I got 64 gigabytes of damn RAM in here, and that's because they told me not to go with 128 because it caused more crashes and instability. Maybe I should just say to hell with it and get the 128. But yeah, Mitch McConnell, total establishment hack, has never been a good politician. Also one of these guys that, stabbed Trump really in the front. Forget about the back. Is total trash. And look, he's done too. He's done. This second time he's froze up. It's time to move on. But they don't want these people to move on because they're so damn malleable. And they've gotten into the upper echelons of the power structure in party politics. So yeah, Mitch McConnell freezing up again. Not sure, what else we can say about that. Let's see. 3 kitties. 9/11, dancing Israelis. Chertoff letting the Israeli suspects go back to Israel. Now, again, it's beyond the dancing Israelis. When you talk about the Israeli role in 9/11, you have Amdocs, you have Converse, you have Otigo, all with, I would say, certainly questions to be asked and definitely roles that they played in one respect or another. Then you have the spy ring throughout the country of not only the quote-unquote art students people know about, but there are a lot of these people who were in mall kiosks with like the little helicopters that used to spinny up in the air. Long before the days of like the little copter drones and all that you could get. They had like the little zip tie ones. And so you had this network that was actually being rounded up pre-9/11. And then you had those who were arrested on 9/11. And then you had even more people arrested after 9/11. And these Israelis who were detained were acknowledged by people like Colin Powell and Ari Fleischer. And I put that in my film, Invisible Empire. And it is a forgotten chapter of 9/11. 100%. And it needs to be discussed. Let's see. When no one else cared, they saved my life more than once. Talking about animals. Look, pets. Pets are a big thing. Trump Ramaswamy 2024. I think, again, I don't know if there's even a path to Trump's nomination. I don't know that he would absorb Ramaswamy. A much better choice than Pence, obviously. But who wouldn't be a better choice than Pence? Let's be honest about that. I think it's going to be Carrie Lake. I got this poor little stray kitty that comes up to I feed every day. Saddest looking kitty I ever seen. Getting close to petting him in. To petting him? Or maybe bringing him in. Alien? You want Alien? We'll give you Alien.
What do you think? This is what they've got marked on the voice mod software for Alien. And that's what this is, Stream Deck coupled with this software. Again, I gotta get the little beep beep thing off. But pretty fun. Having fun with it.
Having the fun. Let's see. What sucks? My voice mod? Oh. Talking into a fan flare. Let's see. Yes. Can talk is awesome. We got it. We got some funds. Big dogs left behind in Afghanistan. The American way. Big dogs, biometrics, all sorts of goodies left there. Let's see. School is started, must be intertwined in Google. School has started in some places, not everywhere. NPR, Kevin Spacey. Damn, you sound like me. Haha. Caravan to Midnight guy. I've been on that show too. It's been a while since I've been on that show. What's up? Hollywood is dead. Long live AI. I don't know, man. We've also got, although Hollywood is dying and that strike is still going, notice that that's not making as much media as it did in the beginning. But again, we've had judges rule that AI cannot patent things. And if they can't patent things, then they can't copyright things. And if they can't copyright things and Hollywood wants to use AI and hold their copyrights, that's going to be a problem. Now, I think that'll change over time. But right now, it's certainly a legal gray area that is not playing well into the Hollyweird hand. Let's see. Look up Pastor James Manning and Larry Sinclair, Bathhouse Barry. I don't remember Manning as much, but yeah, Larry Sinclair. And look, Tucker Carlson says he's going to do an interview with Larry Sinclair. I'm sure that'll be all over the internet. Look at his stepdad. I don't know that if you're talking about Frank Marshall Davis with the Barackstar, if that's who you're referring to, because that was never his stepdad. But I'm pretty sure there was a stepdad too. And that is Sotero. That's why he took that name, because that was the guy that actually raised him and was with the mother, apparently. Bo is a fabricated person. Huh. I don't know. Oh, B.O., Barry Sotero, the Barackstar. He is fabricated. I'm a few minutes behind on the stream, but yeah, kind of sounded like Musk. Okay. A Trump Swami ticket would be a reversal of JFK LBJ, whereas the younger ambitious actor will make him go in a convertible by Dealey Plaza. Oh, so you think they go Trump, Ramaswamy, and then that's it? I don't know about all that. All right, we're going to go to a break. Second hour is over at RVMRumble.com. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back really quickly on YouTube, and I'm going to tell you again where you can watch the second hour for free after a word from our sponsor.
When I invented My Pillow, my passion was to help each and every one of you. And 20 years later, all of your support is what keeps us going. Because of you, we've been able to create thousands of USA jobs and help millions get the best sleep ever. To thank you, my employees and I are bringing you a limited edition My Pillow. The Giza Elegance My Pillow is made with my patented adjustable fill, the most amazing cotton, and a 2-inch pipe gusset. It has 4 custom loft levels, machine washable and dryable, and you get my 60-day money-back guarantee and 10-year warranty.
Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get your limited edition 20th anniversary My Pillow queen size. Retails for $69.98, now only $19.98. That's right, get a queen size My Pillow for only $19.98.
From all of us here at My Pillow,
All right, guys, we're going to go over to the second hour. I'm also going to be playing the Eisenhower military-industrial complex speech in the second hour, and we're going to be hitting a bunch of stories. I do want to thank everybody that supports us over at redvoicemedia.com/uncensored, where we give you just a little bit extra before everybody else. And I think that, again, the interviews that we put together, from cancer-free food to the Sons of Liberty to Bartlett, Chris Sky, are some of the best ones out there, especially from me being on the road. So check them out. And YouTube, come on over to rvmrumble.com for that second hour. I love you guys.